For an early WrestleMania, it's going to get a solid B. I'm going to give it a solid B. There was a few matches that brought it down for me. Usually WrestleManias you want to shoot for that A rating, but it's going to be a B for me simply because the stuff like the Bundy squash and then the beefcake match.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I like the talent that was featured here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the main event or the last two matches were definitely in the spots they needed to be. The Richter and the Hogan matches.
Yeah.
They had to. At the time, I told you my pet peeve with this show, though, and the reason it got brought down a little more was because, after each match, it would pan back to Lord Alfred Hayes, and then he would take you backstage with Mean Gene.
Yeah.
So that kind of it's a little pet peeve of mine. Like to me, like I'm a believer personally, which is why I love the current AEW stage because there's a heel side, entrance side, and a face. Like
right.
It's almost like the old TNA ramp. You had
Yeah.
two ramps on different sides of the arenas.
Yeah.
Because to me, you got to keep the babies and you got to keep the heels apart.
Right.
Unless you're planning on doing like a locker room invasion type storyline.
Right.
Something like the show backstage, like a backstage brawl.
Yeah.
But that brings it down a little bit for me. Other than that, I enjoyed most of the matches for what they were worth, and it was a great watch. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I have all the criticisms you have. That I did like the squash match as it made Bundy look like he was a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I also didn't like that there wasn't a lot of music. I know it's still pretty early. Obviously, this is a couple years after Bash Street USA and the Freebirds using music for the first time. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I agree. All the matches were exactly what they should have been. The talent on here is maybe not. Obviously Hulk Hogan still. The big baby face. I don't think Ricky has a lot of. He doesn't have that kind of shine on him yet. At least for WWF standards. But he will eventually. It's not there right now. I think he honestly comes out of his shell at WrestleMania 3. So that'll be a good discussion to have. I did like it took place in one place and not 3 like WrestleMania 2 did. But yeah, I like the show. I'm giving it a B plus. Do you have anything else to say about it?